Okay, everybody, hello, welcome to lesson 12-5. This is more conversions of different types of units, and today's unit is a unit we would use to measure liquid volume. That would be liters and milliliters. And there really is only one thing to remember, and that is that there are 1,000 milliliters in a liter. And the same thing with the triangle. As you move from big to small, you're going to multiply, and as you move from small to big, you're going to divide, and we're going to be dividing and multiplying by 1,000, which you already know how to do, so that should be pretty simple. Let's try some. Let's try number 2.75 liters equals how many milliliters? We're going from big to small. Liters is bigger than milliliters, and there are 1,000 milliliters, in 1 liter. So we're going to multiply, because we're going from big to small. So we're going to be multiplying 2.75 times 1,000. So 2.75 times 1,000. So 1, 2, 3 spots. Fill in the empty spot with a 0. 275. There's my number, which is 2,750. Okay, that's it. Let's try another one. Let's try 3,000 milliliters equals how many liters? So we know that we're going from small to big, which means we're going to divide. Okay, and there are 1,000 milliliters in a liter, so I'm going to take 3,000. I'm going to divide it by 1,000. Cut off the zeros. 3 divided by 1 is 3. Let's try the next one. So we have 5 liters, and we're going to be going to a smaller unit of milliliters. So that means we're going from big to small. And if we're doing big to small, we are going to be multiplying. And we're multiplying by 1,000 because there are 1,000 milliliters in a liter. So we're going to take 5. We're going to multiply it by 1,000. 5 times 1,000 is 5,000. So there are 5,000 milliliters in a liter. Let's try another. 250 milliliters equals how many liters? Okay, we're going from small to big, which means we're going to divide. All right. And in this case, we're dividing it by 1,000. So I'm going to write 250 divided by 1,000. Now remember, the decimal is always at the end of a whole number. Even though we don't always write it, it's there. So because there are 3 zeros in 1,000, I'm going to move to the left 1, 2, 3 times. My decimal goes in front of the 2 now. So my new number is point or decimal 250 or 250 thousandths. Okay. Let's try another one. Let's do another decimal. Let's do 27 thousandths of a liter is how many milliliters? Now this we're going from big to small, so we're going to multiply. Multiplying by 1,000, so 0.027 times 1,000. Now the decimal point is visible for us. We're moving the decimal in the other direction, 3 spaces, because there are 3 zeros in 1,000. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So now the decimal is moving from in between the zeros to after the 7. So 27 decimals, also known as 27. All right, let's try one more. 400 milliliters equals how many liters? Going from small to big, which means we're going to divide. So we're going to divide 400 by 1,000. All right, now again, even though we don't always write it, the decimal and the whole number is after it. All right, so we're going to move the decimal to the left because we're making our number smaller because we're dividing 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So now the decimal is in front of the 4.4. You could write it as 0.400 or 400 thousandths, but 0.4 or 4/10 is perfectly fine. Okay, so fairly simple. There's only one really conversion number you need to know, which is 1,000 milliliters is a liter. I think you'll have no problem doing this. But as always, and some of you have been doing it, not everyone, but we've been writing them down. Some of you have been awesome. 3,700 milliliters is how many liters? Post your answer on the stream and you'll get a fun little emoji from me. See you all, guys.